Yeah, g'day YouTubers, Tinker O'Toole again here with another video. Today we're going to talk about tensioning up your spark plug. You'll be surprised how many people over tighten their spark plug, and many people have ruined the cylinder head by doing so. Now typically it's an aluminium head. You don't need it to be as tight as a cast iron head. Back in the older days, we used to have a lot of cast iron heads, and you could tighten the spark plugs up a lot tighter in a cast iron head. But if you swing on it with a scrench, you're certainly liable to strip the head. Also, it's a good idea to use a bit of AntiSeize. I've got copper grease. This is by RS, AntiSeize compound. When I get a brand new chainsaw, the first thing I do before I even use it, take the spark plug out, put a bit of AntiSeize compound. You can get the grey AntiSeize compound. Put it on. Also, if you do fit a new spark plug, you'll find out that you'll have to take up a little bit of slack as you put the spark plug in and it starts to tighten up. The washer needs to be compressed. So just be aware of that. Now, I do have a tension wrench. And not that it's going to, and I've got it set to 10. I'd probably like to put about 10 pressure, Newton meters of pressure on there. Now, if this spark plug here was a new one, I would just put a little bit of copper grease on there like that. That's a little bit of copper grease. Pop it in the hole. And do it up by hand. Now, when you've done it up by hand, especially if that's a brand new one, you're going to have to turn that a little bit and the washer will compress and eventually it'll start to feel like it's a little bit firm. Now, the problem is, how much pressure do you put on there? As I said, it's about 10. It's almost the length of the scrench. So it's probably about, 3-4 kilograms of pressure. It wouldn't be much more than that. Might even be 5. You're better off slightly under tightening the spark plug than over tighten. If you're not too sure of it, don't put more than 5 or 6 kilo pressure on that. That's more than enough. And then you can always check it to make sure it's not leaking. So I wouldn't put any more than 5-6 kg force on that scrench. That scrench is exactly the same length as my tension wrench, so I've got a good feel of what it should be. I don't use a tension wrench, but I've got it there. I just wanted to use it out of curiosity, just to make sure that I was within the ball range of tensioning it up. As I said, a lot of people have been known to strip threads. Now that's an M14 plug on the MS170. Then we have the 10mm plug, which is a little bit finer thread. Again, exactly the same scenario. It only has a little bit of copper grease on it, and between 8 and 15 Newton meters of torque. That's all it's required. I think by memory about 9.5 Newton meters to the kilogram. So they're talking about applying about 2 kilograms, but I'm 100% sure if you're going to apply 2 kilograms, that's at about 1 foot length. Whereas this bar on here is probably, about 7 inches or something like that. So you don't need to apply that amount of force. So the shorter the bar, the more force. The longer the bar, the less bar. The longer the bar, the less force, because of the actual leverage. So bear that in mind. Don't over tighten your spark plugs, because I'm sure people have done it and ruined the head or cross-threaded them as well. If you can't screw it in by your fingertips, something's wrong. Don't ever try and force it. Anyway, I hope those tips helps. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.